Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today in this webinar that we've got going here, all about retail experiences and how you can enhance your buyer's experience using Matterport, of course. Thank you very much for joining us. And we are joined today by Boaz Goldschmidt from Treedis, and Nicole will also be joining us and helping answer some questions about their experience using Treatise and Matterport in enhancing their customers' experience. So with that said, I do apologize for a little bit of a late start. Ran into some technical difficulties, but we do want to get going. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. So thanks again for joining us, and let's go ahead and get going here. So as I said, we are joined today by Boaz Goldschmidt and Nicole Elbaz from Optical Center, and yeah, we'll talk a lot about everything that you can do, or at least some of the things you can do. You can do a lot more, but we'll take a deeper dive into some of the things that you can do with the Matterport platform and SDK partner like Treatise. So I'm going to go ahead and cover just a little bit about Matterport itself. If you're joining us and you're not familiar with the Matterport platform and what it can offer, we'll look into some use cases, and then we'll go into the panel to look at some demos Treatise has prepared for us. Boaz has a couple of demos of some stores that are currently using their technology. So we want to see exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. And of course, we'll hear from Nicole how they're benefiting from their technology as well. About the Q&A at the end, if you look in your Zoom panel, you can see at the very bottom, you've got a couple button options. One is chat, another is Q&A. If you do have a question for us, for Boaz, for myself, please enter that into the Q&A. It just makes it a lot simpler to organize. If you've got a comment, if you're having issues with audio, something like that, you can use the chat for that. Okay, so a little bit about Matterport. We've got, it's a digital twin platform. I want to get into a little bit of what that means, what a digital twin is, but just to give you a little bit of insight, we've got 5.6 or more than 5.6 million digital twins under management, over 400,000 subscribers, and big global reach, publicly traded company, and so on and so forth. So we've been around for more than 10 years now, and have captured more digital twins than anybody else. So what is a digital twin? According to Forrester, a digital twin is a digital representation of a physical thing's data, state, relationships, and behaviors. And that's very important to understand, that a digital twin is not the same as a virtual walkthrough. I mean, yes, we did get started in real estate, and a lot of that is creating virtual walkthroughs, but that is really just an asset that you get from having a digital twin. We'll get into a little bit of the data, and then you'll have a little bit better understanding that this is not just a way of kind of familiarizing yourself with a space, but there's a lot of information in a digital twin that you are not going to get otherwise from just a virtual walkthrough. All right, building life cycle. So part of the benefits of having a digital twin as opposed to a virtual walkthrough is the fact that you can use your digital twin throughout the entire building's life cycle. When you capture it during construction, it's of value. Those captures, those same models that you create, those digital twins that you create during the building part of the structure of the building, can be passed on to facility management, for example. And facility management can capture new models that can then be used in retail, for example. So it just kind of trickles down and works its way through the entire building life cycle. Okay. Just really quick, talk a little bit about retail and the benefits of a digital twin, and then we'll get into some use cases. a little bit of statistics. We surveyed 1,000 users of Matterport and in retail specifically to get these numbers. So you can see here some very interesting stats about how people prefer the kind of more natural walkthrough experience when they're going through a virtual tour, or sorry, a retail store. So kind of having that feel of being in the store itself, as opposed to the whole traditional online e-commerce experience, where it's just pages and pages of 2D images. So that kind of brings them back, I think, especially with the pandemic and whatnot, and being physically not able to go to stores. So that's one thing, but some very interesting statistics. I'm not going to go over all this. Let you kind of take that in and move on. So first use case that I think we're going to go into, and I think is very, very interesting, is about visual merchandising. So again, we're not talking about familiarizing a consumer going to a Matterport model in order to familiarize themselves with a store. That has value, certainly, and we can talk all about that, but this is more for the visual merchandising team to set up displays. Larger department stores may have more than one location, and they want to maintain their brand look throughout the entire organization, right? So it's very important to scan a location like this, like what you see in the picture here, a stand or a display case or anything like that, and collaborate via that model with other teams in other parts of the world, so that they get a better understanding of how this should be set up, and so on and so forth. You can also use it for people, the companies who create these mannequins and build the display case out, right? Things that you have in there to get measurements to use in order to properly get that fleshed out and built. So visual merchandising is a really, really big deal, and a solid use case for using digital twins. Another one is all about the data. So this is what we were getting into a little bit before, and the difference between a digital twin and a virtual walkthrough is what's in the data. When you are capturing a digital twin, you're collecting a tremendous amount of data that you would not otherwise be able to. Not only dimensional accuracy, but also colors, sizes. You can generate heat maps, very accurate heat maps based on visitors walking through your digital twin. And by doing that, you can really optimize for example, your display cases, and visual merchandising team can optimize what they're doing and the store's layout to really serve the customers better. So the data that you can extract from offering a digital twin to your customers, via landing page is tremendous, and want to use that in order to transition and talk to Boaz from Treatise about that, and how they're actually taking advantage of that data and what they're doing with it. Before we get there, one more slide. Did just want to mention that online sales and kind of going into that in-person shopping experience, like we were saying before, is another way. We'll talk to Treatise, and I really want to have Boaz show you the demo of what that looks like, and offering that. So I think that's it for me, Boaz. So I'm going to stop right there. First, let me just say thank you very much, Boaz, for joining us and helping us out with this. Really excited to see some of these demos.
Great. Thank you, Amir. Hi everyone. My name is Boaz. I do business development at Treedis, and today, like Amir said, I'm here to present you with our retail solutions. Now, every time we at Treatise meet with people from Matterport, we always ask, what's the industry to look out for in 2022? And guess what? The retail industry is always the first name to come up. So I think, it appears that the retail industry is currently the hottest topic and it doesn't seem like it's about to cool down in the next year. I think that if we look back over the past year and a half, the world is kind of adapting to this new reality of COVID, lockdowns, restrictions. They come on and off, and businesses in the retail industry had to change the way they think in order to survive this huge change that the world has gone through. I think the shift in focus went from the walk-in clients in the physical stores to the online shopping and e-commerce platforms. And we can see that e-commerce platforms sales spiked and stores were on a constant struggle to improve their websites and online shopping options. But if I'll ask you, Amir, to imagine an online shopping experience or e-commerce platform, you'll probably think about either Amazon or eBay, maybe Nike or some brand that you like. And at the end of the day, it's just, they all look pretty much the same. It's just like you said, it's endless scrolling through boring pages, dozens of shoes or any other product that you go through. And that's just no fun. We at Treatise like to see problems like this as opportunities. So just about a year ago, we decided to develop our e-commerce solution, or shall I say v-commerce solution, virtual commerce. And we wanted to change the way people shop online. So we wanted to go from a dull and flat experience to something more fun, something interactive, engaging, colorful, with sound, music, everything that you imagine when your best friend asks you, "Hey, Amir, want to go shopping at the mall?" So that's what we were trying to achieve. So I want to show you our wonderful retail solutions that we've created. And we'll also have a short chat with Nicole. Nicole represents Optical Center, one of our retail clients, and she's going to share with us how they've been using and benefiting from the Treedis retail solutions. So just to get everyone on the same page, I'll give a short introduction about Treedis. Treedis today is the leading overlay platform for Matterport virtual tours. Treedis is a SaaS platform, software as a service, and we have over 600 users. A lot of our users actually manage portfolios for their clients. So currently we have over 5,000 clients spread out globally in over 100 countries. So pretty much wherever you go, you'll find a Treedis client. And Treedis is used in many different industries. We have a lot of solutions. Real estate, museums, hospitality, and today's main topic, of course, retail. So in Treedis, we have tens, I think even hundreds of different features serving the different industries. And for the retail industry alone, I know that we have dozens of features, but today I'll be focusing on the top 5 must-haves for the retail industry. I'm going to start off with the white label. So I know that in the retail industry, branding is key. I mean, everything starts with branding. So I'm going to share our white label solution, where basically we offer the client the possibility to color his tour with his colors, add his branding, change the domain, change the logos. So everything looks like it's done in-house. Here we have an example of Skoda showroom, Skoda Automotive, another one of our big retail clients. And we'll just jump straight in. And I want you already to notice that all the colors are the green and gray colors of Skoda Automotives. So here we are in the Skoda showroom. And this, I think it's in Czech. So this is in typos. many is menu. And I want you to see that everything here is branded. We have the colors, like I said, the logo that if we click on leads us to this Skoda website. On the bottom here, no trace of Treedis, it's just Skoda and Matterport, because obviously Matterport is the technology provider. We won't delete Matterport logo. You see that the domain is skoda.matter.coil, but it can be any domain that they choose. And when you walk around the tour, you just basically feel that this belongs to Skoda. So this isn't just something that you say, okay, they got someone to do it for them and they're just posting this. No, this feels like it's just Skoda from A to Z. And walking around this shop, I want you to understand, like Amir said, that everywhere I go and everything I click on or view is actually being monitored and then used and presented in the valuable advanced analytics. And that's the next point that I want to talk about, the advanced analytics. The advanced analytics, so we have here advanced analytics page of Optical Center. And once we start talking to Nicole in just a few minutes, we'll probably get back to this, but I want you to see just how important and valuable this information is. So this is a really nice store. It has a nice turnaround of views. And we have the average time that each guest spends in the store. We have the interactivity, what people are clicking on, if it's tags, menu, the map. We can divide this by devices and hours of the day. So we can actually tell what the rush hour is in the store virtually. And there's a few more features here, but most importantly, and the most probably useful tool here is the heat map, like Amir said. So here I have a heat map of the actual store. And if I zoom in and just hover over a point, I can see how many users have been standing on that point. And this we know that if I jump back to Skoda and we look at this lovely showroom, I can tell you that Skoda, after I think a few months of analyzing all the data that we presented, came to the conclusion that the showroom isn't designed in the right way. So we want to have people engage more, not walk around like in a circle, but kind of keep the people in the middle here and have them engage with all the car models. So Skoda actually changed things, moved things around, moved cars from the front to the back and vice versa, because they understood what the people are looking at, what the users are interested in. And this goes to any store. I mean, if you have a store and you'll have a virtual tour, and you know that the highlight of your store is maybe some kind of special display, if it's a clothing store, then you can actually see if people are looking at that highlight. And if they're not, then you should be probably doing something different, maybe changing the starting point of your tour, or just moving things around like Skoda did. And this is huge for retail, because this is something that can't be done physically. I mean, you can't have someone in the store just writing down notes on where people are looking at. Here we monitor every single guest that comes into the store. This is very valuable. I'm going to move on to the next feature, which is the video streaming. And I want to tell you about, you know what, I'll just show you a nice clip also from the Skoda. And you can all see my screen. This is something I just recorded just a few minutes before this session started. And let's get to it. No sound here, so don't worry if you're not hearing anything. Here what you see is a typical sales meeting between a sales agent and a client, and it's happening within the tour. So it's a short clip, just 15 seconds, but I'll try to explain why this clip is so amazing. So we start off with the fact that people, and this started off in Skoda as well, people were obviously stuck at home during lockdown, COVID restrictions, and we were thinking on how we can continue selling products. And it doesn't matter if it's a car, a pair of glasses, a piece of clothing, or anything else. How can we have sales agents keep selling products without having to physically meet the clients? And then we came up with our live video chat. So the live video chat is actually a video conversation that happens within the tour. And we see sales agents just filling their calendar with appointments and selling cars, if it's Skoda or anything else, using this feature. Now, this feature, if you'll take a look here, you can see that on the top, I have some controllers here. I can share my screen as a sales agent to just go over some maybe paperwork that I want to show the client. I can lock the client's location to my location, and I just want to show him around the store and just show him the different cars. And then I can unlock him and just say, okay, you know what, just take a walk around by yourself and let's meet back here in 5. There's also a chat, a text chat, so I can write down notes during the meeting. And here you only see the sales rep with one client, but there can be multiple clients together, because when you buy a car, you're obviously going to consult with the wife, parents, whatever, so they can all join in the conversation, and this is no problem. So we started off during COVID restrictions to find the solution, but even after COVID eased, we see that these companies are still using the video chat feature to sell products, and it's just because it made things more simple. So if I'm a client, maybe I don't want to drive all the way downtown to go get whatever I'm looking for. If it's a car or a pair of glasses, I'll just stay at home in my air-conditioned living room, just go online in a live video chat with the sales rep and do my shopping over there. So we actually saw the usage in the video chat actually go up even after COVID restrictions were eased in these countries. And this is where I think that we can, before I go on and speak about the remaining 2 features, I'd like to invite Nicole to join the conversation. Nicole works in the digital and marketing team for Optical Center. And Nicole, before we jump into details, could you just please give us a short introduction about Optical Center?
Thanks. So Optical Center was founded in 1991 and now is the leading seller of eyewear and hearing aids in France, with 650 stores spread out in 7 countries.
Great, thank you. So now that we know a little bit about Optical Centers, could you please tell us what needs did the 3D virtual tour answer in Optical Center?
I think that essentially we wanted to show our stores and products to the world. It's one thing to have a picture of a pair of glasses on your website, and it's a whole other thing to have an actual store where users can walk around and choose the different glasses from the display walls. We were the first to enter the world of modern e-commerce, and now we want to be able to be the pioneers in entering the e-commerce experiences of the metaverse era.
That's interesting. I know that from our side, from Treatise side, I know that we ran a huge rollout project to capture, I think it was over 600 stores spread out in Europe, and that it was done in a very short time. and that we're still doing adjustments, and new scans for new stores are being held on a regular basis. Could you please elaborate on the value of the 3D virtual tour, the added value provided to Optical Center?
Sure. First of all, the rollout project had a very ambitious target to capture 600 stores in 2 months. The Treedis project management team, alongside with our team, managed to achieve this great target as planned with excellent project management. As for the added value you asked about from the 3D tours, the marketing value is amazing. Having the 3D tour for each store in our website makes us more accessible and puts us one giant step ahead of our competitors.
And just a few minutes ago, I was talking about analytics, and that's something that Amir was talking about as well. Is there an example that you can share with us on how exactly these analytics came in handy for you?
The majority of these analytics I'm obviously unable to share for commercial reasons, but I can tell you that these analytics have helped us understand the behavior of our clients, detect trends by regions, and respond to them accordingly. I can tell you that in a period of 6 months, we have over 15 million views in our different stores. So you can understand these analytics are pretty valuable to us. In addition, the time spent on our websites have increased, and so does the amount of converts on the website.
Okay, wow, did you say 15 million?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
wow. Yeah.
That's
okay, so before we let you go, could you please just give us a glimpse to the future, what Optical Center's future plans are with the Treatise and the 3D virtual tours?
So 2022 should be a very exciting year with a lot of targets we wish to achieve. We're planning to implement the Treatise e-commerce system and live video chat for agents to sell products within the virtual tour. We're also looking into using AR technology for physical shoppers in the stores, but I think that's something we can talk about in the next webinar.
Yeah, yeah, I think yeah, we have the next webinar sealed. I mean, okay, so
Sounds good.
yeah, thank you so much, Nicole.
Yeah,
Welcome.
looking
Thank you
forward to
for
that
having
next
me.
webinar.
Yeah,
And, thank you very much, Nicole. I really appreciate the time that you spend with us. I know you got to
Thank
take
you,
off.
guys.
Okay, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, so that was great. So I'm just gonna go back and after we heard a little bit about this interesting use case, I'm gonna go back and talk about the remaining 2 features, which are the e-commerce platform and virtual staging. Now I'm gonna keep the best for last, so let's talk about some virtual staging. And this kind of relates to the branding that I was talking about, the white label. So we know that virtual tours might have a problem that they feel a little bit flat, nothing is happening. So we want things to be more interactive, like I said, to have this experience fun and to cater to more senses than just the visual. So you can see this beautiful speaker store in Denmark, I think it is, and you see how they use the TV screens, which normally are pretty much dead real estate in a virtual tour, and they just used our virtual staging feature to put some nice clips on it. So this can be obviously branded clips, but it can also be commercials for maybe a store partner or something, or just an interesting video to have you get in the shopping mood, just to make it feel more comfortable. And we can have videos, we can also have images. These images can be clickable and have some sort of call to action. And this kind of just brings, like I said, it brings the whole tour to life. So we're not just walking a tour that was captured, I don't know how much time ago, but it feels like I'm actually in the store and everything's happening now. We also see the nice use of the virtual staging in a nice project that we did with Google. a small company you might have heard of, and Reliance Digital, which is an official Google partner. And you can see here that we're using the green screen. Share my sound so you can hear her.
Heater, or many other electrical appliances, you can command and control over it from anywhere, anytime, to modernize and administer your home.
So yeah, that was just another way to kind of make the tour come to life. And you can see that here as well, they've been using some virtual staging just to make those TV screens and tablet screens come to life. So we have some content going on there. And just clicking on some of these products. We have nice information here, clips. Pictures, this is like a nice gallery tag. And this is all, we can call it fun and games, but the real deal is the actual e-commerce platform that we've created. We've created an entire standalone e-commerce platform with inventory management, shipping, orders, product management. Our e-commerce system has a full API access with Shopify, which is one of the leading e-commerce platforms today. So this allows you, if you own a shop on Shopify, you can import your entire store, including products, prices, shipping rates, everything, import it into Treatise, and just all you'll need to do is place those products in the actual tour. So you can see here that if I click on an actual product, I can buy this product. So this is a nice tablet, and I can choose how many I want. I can add it to favorites. I have favorites. And then to buy the product, we have two options that we offer for our clients. We can either have this take you to their website. Like here, if I click on it, I go to the Reliance Digital website, to the relevant page. Like I said, this is an official partner of Google. So I can, in India, so I can actually buy this product for 7,000 rupees. Or we can actually have a shopping interface inside the tour where I can purchase the item and have it shipped and paid all on Treedis platform. So there's a lot of interesting features in the e-commerce solution that we have. We have also the items near me. So if I jump back to the speakers store and I open the products near me, so you can see here, I might not know what's clickable, what's for sale here, what's not for sale. I don't know, is this computer for sale? Is it just the cashier? So products near me kind of gives me an understanding of what I'm looking at, what's for sale. I can just click on this item, specifically out of stock, but whatever. And then just purchase these items. Like I said, I also have favorites. I have a quick view of my shopping cart. I currently have nothing in my shopping cart, but like I said, I can check out from here, putting on all my details and just pay and wait for my TV. There's a lot of navigation possibilities here. I can go and navigate through this menu. I can navigate through the categories. I can navigate, like I said, through the items near me or the highlights. I want to go check out speakers. So I'll click on speakers and just go there. And that's and that's pretty much the Treatise e-commerce platform. So
that my personal feeling is that's about as close as you can get to really being in the store, especially with the virtual staging and really being able to kind of see what's happening on the screen or something like that. It just kind of brings the whole environment to life if you ask me. And it's super cool, very, very cool. I can definitely see how this is more entertaining and more fun for a user to kind of navigate, and also certainly a lot more intuitive for a user to kind of navigate through this experience than to try and find something through a very common typical store that looks like Amazon today.
Yeah, I totally agree. Treatise it's perfect for any retail store business. And the last point I want to talk about is the ability that Treatise can adapt to also big companies. With our enterprise program, we work with some big names like you've seen in this presentation today. We've created amazing solutions for them. Our enterprise program provides custom-made developments, security requirements, project management, like you saw in the Optical Center rollout, for huge scaling. We have dedicated support channels, and most importantly, like I said, API integrations. So we can bring Treatise into the client system and CRM, and rather than have them adapt to a whole new platform. And this is normally the first thing that big enterprises ask about is the API. Can we bring this into our house rather than kind of adapt to a new platform? So like I said, we have the Shopify API, which is open for everyone, but we also develop custom APIs for these big names, including payment systems, shipping systems, CRMs. And to wrap it all up, for marketing purposes, we also create custom experiences. Because when I started off, I was talking about the shopping experience. And experience is a big word, but at the end of the day, we want people to sit down and feel like they're in it and be on their toes and have things interactive and jump out. So it's an experience. So we're working on several experiences, custom experiences for some big names. And this all comes under the package of the enterprise. So that was Treatise for retail. I hope we managed to align everyone's compasses in the right direction towards 2022 and the surge of the 3D virtual tour technology in retail industry. Are we taking questions now?
Yeah, just wanted to remind everybody, you can go ahead and submit your questions at any time. Q&A panel is wide open, so go ahead and put in your questions there. If you have any questions for myself or Boaz about this, retail solution using Matterport and Treedis. What I did want to touch on a little bit, Boaz, is just kind of reiterate the importance of analytics. And I'm sure, if our listeners are, coming to us from the retail background, I have no doubt that just by surveying your customers doesn't really give you the full pictures. It's kind of the problem with consumers being your customer. When you're a B2C company like a retail store, and you just ask your customers what they think, you sort of have to kind of read between the lines. You can't really just go on based on what they say. And with these analytics, especially, Nicole mentioned 50 million visitors. Not only are you surveying everybody is actually giving you feedback. So you're not just putting out a survey, to 1,000, several thousand, maybe even tens of thousands of customers, and getting hope to get back 1 or 2% on the good day. Everybody is really giving you feedback, and it's accurate feedback, right? You're basing your decisions on their behavior, not on what they're telling you they want, because a lot of times they don't really know what they want. They don't know how to say what they want, and they're not really sure, of how to make things better. But basing your decisions as a retail store on their behavior, it just opens up a whole new world. So analytics is super, super critical.
I think you really touched the sensitive point here, because basically at the end of the day, we want to translate analytics into leads to generate more leads and then convert those leads into transactions. So you can't generate leads if you don't have all the information, if you don't collect all that data. And we also have amazing tools to generate leads. And I just wanted to say, I know that we have some questions coming in, but after the questions, I do have a small candy that I want to share with everyone. So just save me 30 seconds at the end.
Sure thing. Sure thing. We actually did get a question in from Jose. Brilliant question. This is actually, I didn't even think about this, but this is an amazing idea, I think. Are retailers able to sell advertising inside their virtual tours, such as on the TV screens for particular brands? So like with that, video that you showed in the Bang & Olufsen, and you have the accurate analytics, right? I mean, you've got, you know exactly how many people are looking at that. So yes, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, like I said, up until now, we used to think that those black TV screens or mirrors or walls are just dead real estate, if you can call it. But now you can actually turn it into a revenue generator, like Jose suggested, because you can brand it in your own shop's branding material or maybe your partners, but you can also, like you said, offer it as advertising space. And I mean, with 15 million views, I'm sure there's a lot of companies that would like to get an ad on that space.
Absolutely. Accessories. I mean, I'm guessing somebody like Bang & Olufsen may only sell Bang & Olufsen, but certainly somebody like Apple, they sell a lot of accessories for their products. And that's the kind of thing that you would definitely be able to, as a resident.
Yeah, exactly.
So great question and suggestion, Jose. That's brilliant. Any other questions? Just keep them coming in. I don't know if we had anything else, but so from your perspective, right? I mean, you're in business development and you're helping out these retail stores. So you kind of have a much more direct contact with them than somebody like me would have. What's your thought as far as how they are taking advantage of your technology? What do you think is really the best thing that they can do, like the lowest hanging fruit, first thing that they should do after capturing a digital twin to generate more leads or increase revenue?
So I think there's two different directions that they can go to, and they can go simultaneously. The first direction is marketing and branding, and we all know the value of marketing and having such a wonderful space on your website and sharing the virtual tour online. This helps, obviously, people get to know you better, familiarize with your brand. They actually like you better because they see something that's easy and nice, with a slick experience, smooth. So they like it better, just like people like the iPhone because it's just so easy to scroll and use. So you're creating likability towards your brand. And that's something that you might be able to get, you can't really measure that in terms of revenue, but it's something that every big brand knows that they have to invest a lot in having people like the brand. And the second direction is, like you said, to generate leads and convert them. So we see that with our lead collection options, where you can also use the analytics to collect leads, but you can also have lead forms in the tour. So I can have people fill out their information, either have it as a lead form jumping while you're in the tour, or have a mandatory lead form at the beginning that you have to fill out in order to begin the tour. And all these lead forms just land into your inbox. And that's a way to generate leads. And then to convert those leads, we see people using the live video chat feature, like I showed. And we used to think that when we're talking and I'll try to sell you something, I might be able to sell you a pair of glasses, but you might be more suspicious or skeptical on buying bigger things. But we actually see, for example, in Skoda, people are buying cars over a video chat call, because it's all there. You don't feel like you're being ripped off. You don't, on the phone, you can't see who you're talking to. But this is frontal. I see who I'm talking with. He's showing me around the showroom. So there's nothing to hide here. And so we see businesses generate leads and then use the live video chat to convert them into actual sales.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually going to ask regarding the level of detail in the analytics that you're pulling in the data. When you get a lead, you have an email, can you track and see via the heat map or some way exactly what that specific one user looked at, so that then you can kind of reach back out to them and say, hey, I noticed you're looking at this car or whatever, this pair of glasses. Do you have a minute? We can set up a live video chat and check it out, and I can help you out with any questions you have. That sort of thing. Can you get to that level of detail?
There is obviously, to some extent. I mean, we can't tell what people were thinking about, but yeah, we can see where they clicked on the lead form. So if I'm walking around a Nike shop and then I reach the sneakers and then I click on the lead form, so the Nike shop knows that was the trigger for me contacting. Mm-hmm. Or if I clicked on the lead form and then I said, you know what, I'll just let it go, and then I close the lead form, that's something they also can see and they're aware of. And then they can say, okay, maybe our lead form is scaring people away. They're opening it and then they don't want to put in their details. Maybe
too much friction, maybe.
Yeah, maybe just an email without a phone number, or so yeah, it's that you can really kind of get to know your client before you even met it.
Yeah, interesting. Quick question from Sentil here. Do you provide other payment gateways to integrate? I think that's referring to Shopify.
Yeah, so like I said, we have the API with Shopify up and running, but as I mentioned when talking about the enterprise solutions, we can develop APIs for any payment gateway. So we've seen a lot of them in countries like India or Turkey, where they don't have PayPal, where the client requests to have it on a different gateway, or just a big enterprise that says, we want to handle the money. Let's do it on our gateway, and it could be, we can develop an API for any gateway pretty much. So the answer is yes.
Got it. So if you don't have it right now, then you're willing to work with a partner and potentially create a solution.
Absolutely.
That's great. Fantastic. Let's see, do we have any other questions? We may have had something here. Jose also mentioned, I would assume over time, more locations would want their spaces available on Google Maps. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know what your experience is, Boaz, but I know Google Maps, being able to, any business that has a storefront should have a scanned model and definitely upload that to Google Maps. I think it's absolutely huge. Definitely Google's done some research on this that shows, I think customers are like 200% more likely to come visit your store versus the competitor, if they can actually see and familiarize themselves with your store before going to it. So people definitely have that added level of comfort, and probably some other reasons why they want to see the store before taking the time to go and visit it. And I think that's exactly what you're saying, Boaz, with Skoda, and being able to talk to somebody, and while they're looking through the showroom, before taking the time to go and visit the showroom. Like, even that is just like, why take my time? I would totally do that, especially with car dealerships because I've been there, and it can potentially be hours. They get you into all this stuff, and you're like, I just came here to look or something like that.
Yeah.
So it can be a little frustrating when they just start taking up too much of your time. So I can understand the hesitation people might have to go into these places where they feel salespeople are very, very aggressive. So to do something like that online with a salesperson, it definitely takes the weight off your shoulders, I think.
Absolutely.
So very good. Good questions. We do have just like 2 minutes left. So if there are no other questions, Boaz, by all means, if you've got a little treat for us, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I have a small treat. As you all know, Treatise is always developing, and we were thinking about the next step for our e-commerce, and we want to make people feel better about it. When I mean people, I'm talking about clients. So we want to give a lucrative feeling, just have everything feel more nice. So I'm going to share some of our designs for our next version for the e-commerce. We've invested a lot in the user interface and user experience. Just have these designs kind of, I don't know, just makes you want to pull out your wallet
I can
and
definitely see
buy
it.
stuff.
It feels
like
it feels cleaner.
Yeah,
If
I mean, I want these sneakers already.
totally. If you're not as familiar with Matterport, like none of this is all 100% custom Treatise interface. None of the icons, everything. I mean, this is fully 100% branded to this store, and it's very, very cool.
Yeah, so look out for these new interfaces to be uploaded very soon. And for anyone who's just in general interested in Treatise and is not yet a user, so it'll be pretty easy to contact us. Just Google Treatise or look at the links. And yeah, I'll just leave you with this wonderful design running in the background.
That's cool. All right, we did have one more question, and we're pretty much out of time, but I don't want to let this go. And then I just want to say one last thing. So there was a question: is it possible to generate the way of Bitcoin payments in virtual tours of like a hotel, for example, which has application of direct booking? So if you want to do a direct booking with a hotel, you can actually see the hotel, you can see all the public spaces.
Right.
Can you book a hotel with Bitcoin or other virtual currencies?
So the question was if it's possible. The answer is yes, it's possible. It's not something that we currently have the possibility to use Bitcoin as a payment method. We did have some interesting inquiries from companies about other cryptocurrencies. So it's definitely something we'll be looking into. But for sure, I can tell you it's possible. It's just a matter of, getting the right clients, sitting down, seeing what the needs are, the requirements, and then just taking it step by step from there.
Yeah, and maybe just partnering with the right payment platform. I know I just saw that PayPal is starting to give you the possibility of purchasing Bitcoin and other popular coins, Ethereum, I think, and maybe one or two others. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, maybe just by offering PayPal as an option through PayPal, you can just use your Bitcoin account or funds that you have in Bitcoin to pay for it. Maybe, I don't know. All right. So with that said, thank you very much for all the questions that came in. Thank you very, very much to Boaz. I really appreciate all the information. And of course, Nicole, who helped us out, gave us an insight to massive Optical Center store, more than 600 locations across Europe. Very, very cool, and how they're using it. Definitely would like to learn more and bring Nicole back one day to get an idea of after they've fully integrated, the other Treatise solutions, get an idea of what kind of value they're getting from it. So we'll plan for that.
Yeah.
And yes, and with that said, again, appreciate your time and attendance. So take care and hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.